What's going on, guys? Jordan here, coming back at you again with another episode of Beer Views. Tonight, we're going to be doing a beer battle between Pabst Blue Ribbon and Coors Light. These are both considered cheap American adjunct lager beers, but I just noticed something. Right before I started the video, I decided to look up some information because I didn't know what the exact price was for the PBR. I knew roughly what Coors Light is because that's my go-to. That's what I buy most of the time. Interestingly enough, okay, so we got Coors Light at 4.2% ABV coming in at $11.98 for a 12-pack here in my local town at Walmart. Here's where it gets interesting. Pabst Blue Ribbon coming in at 4.8% ABV is coming in at $8.98 per 12-pack here at my local Walmart. So there's like a $3 difference there for a 12-pack. So you're getting slightly more alcohol, the same amount of beer, and you're paying $3 more for the Coors Light. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this beer battle. Let me move my keyboard, my mouse out of the way. Now, the control group here, we're gonna use PBR as the control group. So the PBR will have tape on the bottom, Coors Light will not. So let's get the PBR in the glass first. I did not realize that PBR was that cheap. I thought PBR was maybe $10.99, something like that, like $1 cheaper. Oh, we're talking about $3. I'm trying to pour this slow, but it is pouring one hell of a head on it. All right, let's let that calm down. I have no idea what's wrong with my nose right now. It's itching, burning, making my eyes water. Maybe I'm allergic to the insane price difference between these two beers. Jesus Christ. I still can't believe that. I'm going to try to pour this one roughly the same so we get a similar head. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Alright. So we got the Coors Light. We got the PBR. They look almost identical, other than the fact that I think the PBR is just a little bit darker. All right, let's even these out a little bit. Put a little bit more beer here. I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm trying to get these as even as possible. Now, these are the 16-ounce cans. I had these left over from buying the 6-packs of the pints from both. This is actually the last PBR that I had. And I've always liked PBR. I always thought PBR was a pretty good beer, but I was kind of curious to pin it up against Coors Light, my go-to, considering the fact that it's $3 cheaper. And the pints are also cheaper. I think they're $5.98, and I think Coors Light is like upwards of $9. So $6 to $9. It's another $3 difference. It's insane. And real quick, I want to note the head retention here on the PBR. I tried to pour this one aggressively, but you can see there is much more head retention here for the PBR. There's a little bit more going on. I'm trying not to make this take forever, but the PBR is definitely holding on to that head. So, tell you what, guys, I will be right back after this head dies down. I'm not going to have you guys sitting here waiting for 5-10 minutes until this head dies down. I will be right back. All right, guys, we're back. It's been a few minutes now, and the PBR has settled down quite a bit, at least enough to where I won't be able to feel the head when I take a drink. So I'm going to close my eyes. We're going to mix these up, and we're going to see which one we think is which and which one is better. Now, I think I'm going to know right away. I almost debated on whether this should be a blind taste test or just a regular beer battle. But we're still going to go in blind because I don't want to have any biases to... considering the fact that Coors Light's my go-to. So we're just going to close our eyes, mix these up, taste them both, decide which one we think is which, and which one I like the best. So let's go ahead and start mixing them up. Probably can't see me right now. Just mixing them up to where I don't know which beer is which. I've already lost what I think is what already. We'll just do this a few more times. Another switch around here a couple times. And done. All right, I have my eyes closed. I think you guys can see me. I think I'm in shot. We're going to taste them both, and we're going to see which one I prefer. So we're going to start with the right side first. This was the PBR. I don't know if it is anymore. Let's find out. Let's go with the nose first. Grainy malt. Smells like your typical American adjunct lager. Not a whole lot going on. Let's get the taste. Cheers, guys. Right away. I'm pretty sure I already know my answer. We're going to go ahead and go for this one. Let's get the nose. This one has a little bit of a sweeter aroma to it, but pretty much the same thing going on for it. Typical American adjunct lager aroma. Let's get the taste. Cheers. Yep. That's why I debated doing it blind, because I know definitively that this is PBR, this is Coors Light. Let's reveal. PBR and Coors Light. There is more flavor, obviously, to the PBR than there are in the Coors Light. Now, depending on how long you've been drinking beer and where your palate's at, you might actually prefer PBR over Coors Light. However, if you're newer to the game and you like a lighter beer, they're both pretty much light beers, actually. They're pretty light. Even though this isn't considered a light beer, it's still pretty light compared to other beers. Which, as far as which one you're going to like the best, is really just where your taste is, what your preference is. I'm going to taste these a few more times before I decide that. There's more of a hoppy bitterness to the PBR. The mouthfeel is light to medium. The lower end of medium. Upper light mouthfeel. I'll stick with that. Coors Light does feel lighter. It is smoother. There's not as much of a hoppy taste to it. Which, if you're a hophead, you're not even going to detect the hoppiness on this beer. It also depends on the quantity of beers that you're drinking. I only drink on the weekends, so that would be Friday and Saturday. So when I'm drinking probably 10 to 12 Coors Light beers that night. However, if I was drinking the PBR, I feel like I would get pretty full, or full much quicker than I would if I was drinking the Coors Light. So if you're drinking for quantity, a session, or what I said, they're both sessionable beers. I would probably choose the Coors Light just because I feel like it would be less filling than the PBR as far as the carbonation goes. I actually think they're both about the same. But yeah, PBR does have more flavor. It does have more hoppiness. Coors Light is smoother, a little bit less flavor, easier to drink. But they're both really good beers. As far as the winter goes, that's where it's going to get challenging for me. Because like I said, the beer that I'm wanting, that I would prefer to drink on the weekends would be the Coors Light. But at the price point, this is $3 cheaper. And you get a higher ABV. So, if you're thinking about price, the winner is PBR. But me personally, what I would want to drink on the weekends would be the Coors Light, if I had to choose. So we're kind of at a standstill here. If you're talking about price, PBR wins. You're talking about my personal preference, Coors Light wins. I guess it comes down to, am I willing to pay the extra $3 for the Coors Light over the PBR? And I think, I'm usually not that guy, but I think in this situation, I think I'm willing to pay the extra $3. I think I'm willing to pay the extra $3. Go ahead and get in the Coors Light over the PBR just because it's a little bit smoother. It's a little bit easier to drink. This has a little bit more bitterness to it. Although it is a good beer, and I do enjoy it, I think if I had to choose, it's going to be the Coors Light. So with that being said, Coors Light is your winner. Coors Light defeats Pabst Blue Ribbon. Now, if you're talking about this from flavor alone, you might say that PBR wins. But in my opinion, this is just my take on this. I think Coors Light wins it. Just from my personal preference. But they are both good beers. I could drink them. I can down both of these, no problem. As that warms up, you definitely can taste the hops in that. As this one's just a little bit, it's toned down on this one. This is just more sweet. A little bit more watered down, just smoother, easier to drink. Like I said, they're both good beers. But Coors Light reigns victorious. Coors Light wins this one. PBR, sorry, but you gotta go. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit me with a thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on beers or alcoholic beverages you would like me to try in the future, leave it in the comment section below and I'll do my best to try to find it and give it a review. As always, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, cheers.